research says 17 is the highest crime committing age in our culture, that 90% of 17-year-olds self-report committing a crime they could be arrested for. So if you have a 17-year-old, it's a 90% chance that they've done something they could be arrested for.
No kidding.
Yeah, well, testosterone levels peak out for boys at 17, which is not great news for me or you.
Right.
We're on the down from there. The group think is sort of at its height. The prefrontal cortex of the brain, the logical brain, the part that can, make long-term decisions, very well, that can take concrete information like the Bible or rules and apply to abstract situations like Friday night. That part of the brain isn't fully functioning until 25 at the best. That's why you can't rent a car till you're 25 in this country, though you can go to war at 18. More and more we're thinking of adolescence as 21, even 25 years old, but at 17 you're put into a system that was really designed for the worst case of people. And so, they find that 2/3 of those who are in a lot of trouble at 17 are doing fine by age 30, depending on how involved they got with the so-called helping system.
What is the helping system?
Well, the social services, the justice system, and the more they were involved with the helping system, the less chance that they'll be doing well by age 30. Mm-hmm. It's
the more chance that the greater chance, is that correct?
The greater chance
that they'll be doing well.
That they won't be doing well.
I'm sorry, so I'm confused.
Yeah.
You said that the more they're involved with the help system, the less they are likely to do well in their 30s.
Yeah. And
that's shocking to me.
It is.
Wait a minute.
It is.
Am I hearing that right?
Yeah, it is pretty shocking. Well, the biggest contributors to mental illness and breakdown in adolescence are large numbers of antisocial peers in a non-nurturing environment, i.e. a group home or a detention center.
Okay.
And we know this research-wise. It's, politically right and left have come to agree that this is not a good investment of money. It costs, anywhere between $250 upward of $350 a day to keep a kid in confinement, and they tend to get worse in there. There's a lot of deviance coaching from other kind of kids. It's not a nurturing environment. It's antisocial peers. And the more kids tend to get caught up in that system, the less chance they'll be doing well by age 30. And so the trend now has been, well, let's just keep them out of there then. And so we're not sending near as many into lockup as we did in the past. That we peaked out in this country, just a few years ago, where now we have 1 out of every 4 prisoners in the world is in the United States, even though we only have 5% of the world's population.
Sure.
1 out of every 3 women who's in prison in the world. The downside of that is that we're really not replacing those dollars to really help kids with the core issues that get them into trouble. The conduct that gets people into trouble is really now what we're understanding to be trauma-based behavior or pain-based behavior. Hurt people. Mm-hmm. So when you have a lot of trauma in juvenile offenders, 87% say they've either been shot or shot at. Mm-hmm. 67% have witnessed a homicide. So 2/3 have witnessed a homicide.
Wow. And
they have virtually the same rates of PTSD as those who came back from the Iraq War, except it's really not so much a post-traumatic stress disorder as an ongoing stress, because home and the environment they live in is the traumatic experience for most of them. It's not like you left it and now you're in a safe environment. And you combine that with adolescence, and that's a pretty toxic formula for a lot of young people. The ones who end up being in this system anyway.